Okay, welcome back to your savings rate update for the month of May. So last Wednesday, the Bank of England met and decided to hold the base rate at 3.75%. The vote was 8-1, and the one dissenting member actually voted to increase rates to 4%, not cut them. The reason for all of this is the Middle East conflict. Before the Iran war, markets were pricing in 2 cuts this year. That's completely off the table now. Inflation hit 3.3% in March, well above the 2% target, and the BOE is projecting it'll stay elevated through Q3 and actually rise further in Q4 as higher energy costs feed through to bills and food prices. What that means for savers is genuinely good news, at least in the short term. Rates that were expected to fall are holding, and nobody really knows what will happen at the next meeting in June. It could be another hold, it could even be a hike. So right now is one of the better windows we've had to lock in a decent rate. Easy access accounts are topping 5%, fixed rates are hitting 4.7%, there are switch bonuses worth hundreds of pounds with deadlines coming up fast, and we're also going to look at one account advertising 7.1% and explain exactly why that number is more complicated than it sounds. And before we jump in, all of the accounts mentioned today are available on depositscout.com. There you can filter by account type, see the full details, compare rates properly, and we've also just launched rate history graphs so you can see how a product's rate has moved over time, whether a provider has been stable or has a habit of cutting rates quickly after launch. We'll put a link to depositscout.com in the description box below. So Jan, should we just quickly cover switch offers?
Up to £500 you can get, Johnny, by switching to HSBC Premier, and that's the biggest switch offer on the market right now. One catch though, you have to deposit at least £100,000 into HSBC within 90 days in order to get that. In case you don't have that much money, there's still good options out there. We got First Direct, £175, Santander, £180, Barclays, £200, which is pretty compelling, yeah. And if you're from Northern Ireland, you can get up to £200 of AIB. All of these are also available on depositscout.com, and we're gonna put a link in the description box. So if you're interested, feel free to take a look and sign up from there.
One of the big questions people ask when it comes to savings is, where can I put my money in a place that's going to be easy to access? That's the first one we're going to start with today, easy access accounts. Rates at this tier are genuinely so competitive, Jan. Some of them do have strings attached. And I want to start with the headline rate, the biggest rate. This one is very new, LemFi. And I'll talk about what that is shortly, but I'll give you the high level details. You can get 5% for the first 6 months of depositing money into this account.
Wow.
That is significant. That is online with Chase UK a couple of years ago when they were offering 5% before the rate started to cut. That rate is made up of a 3.04% tracker rate plus a 1.96% bonus for 6 months. After 6 months, the rate drops to 3.04%. We'll talk about other rates that are available right now, but that is far below most rates. So it's really important with this account that you're putting in a reminder into your diary for about 5 months after opening it. So you've got a bit of time to find the next account for you, because there is a sharp cliff edge after 6 months. Yeah, and you may have heard of LemFi because I know you're quite deeply entrenched into the money transfer market, but this is a platform for international money transfer, Jan. And the savings product actually comes second. And for those that are watching, I did sign up for this account and I went through the process. I did the KYC checks and I opened the account, and I'll put it up on the screen so you can look at the process and you can see the dashboard. It was super simple, Jan, to open this account. It took like 10 minutes. There was a little bit of a delay while they registered the savings account. So initially after I signed up, I couldn't actually find the savings account in the dashboard, but that eventually updated. I think maybe because the KYC checks were authorized, I was verified. But what's important to know is, although this is a money transfer platform, this savings account is FSCS protected through ClearBank. So you still get deposit protection up to 120,000 Jan. Although there's something important to note, this is very worth checking because it's with ClearBank. If you're running any other apps that are using ClearBank as well, your deposit is inclusive of those other apps, right? Your deposit protection, sorry. For example, I believe Revolut have some ClearBank savings accounts available. So if you deposited money on there through ClearBank, that would already be chipped away at your deposit protection total. So that's something to factor in. I don't see any problems with this one. But
6 months maybe. That could be a problem.
Yeah.
It can be timed well, right? You can just set yourself an alarm. The only thing is,
exactly.
Within 5 or 6 months, you think the interest rates are going to be similarly competitive than they are right now, or going to be lower. most likely going to be on the same level now that you just said that the Bank of England decided to waive these two base rate cuts. Potentially, yeah. So there's not much to say against that. But I do understand if people say, hey, they wanna sign up for 12 months and then forget about it, then not worry again within a short period of time. So that makes a lot of sense. And if you're one of those people, there's a Tembo Home Saver with 4.75%.
Yeah.
That includes a 12 months bonus. Only issue here. Max deposit is £25,000. You can get also up to 5.75% if you decide to take out a mortgage with Tembo. Can be interesting if you're a first-time buyer. General, Tembo is a pretty good platform. Had a look myself and do like the design, do like how they present everything. All the information are clearly accessible. It's super easy to use, so that's a really, really good option here with up to 5.75%. Chase UK, 4.5%.
Yep.
New customers only. It's also a 12-month bonus, so that's pretty good. You got Synergy Bank with 4.27%. That includes a 2% 12-month bonus. Here the issue is that it reverts to 2.27% after these 12 months, so you really have to put up a reminder. We got Henley Economics, Building Society, 4.27%. There's no bonus at all, so this is a genuine rate, which is really competitive, and I like that. I like the fact that they're so simple and transparent about it. Only downside here, maximum 2 withdrawals per year. Next one is Charter Savings Bank, 4.16%. There's no bonus at all, but the rate is not as competitive as Tembo's, Chase's, or any of the other banks.
No, but it is nice, isn't it?
It is.
No
Okay.
caveats on that one, just unlimited withdrawals, no bonus. Some people might prefer that if they don't want to have the pressure or the necessity to like diarize when to check for another account.
Yeah, exactly. I do. Let me say this right now. Kind of jealous, and I repeat myself. I literally said that in the last episode as well. I'm kind of jealous looking at these savings rates. So it's really a good time to be a UK saver. You should definitely take advantage of this and sign up with one of these accounts.
It is.
It's amazing.
It is. Jan is absolutely right. It's so competitive right now. There's a bit of a savings rates arms race happening, isn't there, in the industry? And some of these percentage points are actually quite closely aligned. You'll see that shortly when we talk about the fixes. There are some really closely aligned percentage rates, and they keep notching them up by like 0.1 basis points, which tells me that there's a bit of an arms race happening. Same can be said about cash ISAs as well, Jan. We've just gone into a new tax year. I'm sure you're already aware of that, but that means that the ISAs are very competitive right now. Banks, providers, building societies, they are competing hard to earn your deposits. Trading 212. The headline rate at the moment for a number of reasons. It's a flexible ISA. It includes a 12-month bonus, but it's 4.51%. That's the headline rate. That's pretty good. It's easy access as well. You do it via the app. Super simple to sign up for. Plum also have 4.31%, another provider that like to chop and change the rates, but there is a big bonus component on that one as well, and it drops to 2.54% after 12 months. And also transfer rates, Jan, for Plum, transfer in rates are 4.08%. So if you transfer in from one ISA provider to another, you only get 4.08%. That's something to consider.
Let me just ask one question that people will definitely have on their mind right now. Last month we've talked about Plum. I think it was 4.61%, so they've dropped this to 4.3%. What if you signed up last month, took advantage of that 4.6%? Do you have that secured for 12 months now, or is that variable, or did that drop to 4.31% as well?
Good question. So my understanding of this is that the rate is variable. We can confirm that. If you have the rate, if you're like an existing Plum customer and you have the rate, that won't change based on whatever they're advertising. You'll get a message about that specifically. And I have this Plum Cash ISA and it hasn't changed.
Do you still got these 4.61%?
Yes, I do, but it's actually 4.66%.
Let's talk about the fixed cash ISAs. We got Skipton 18-month, 4.55%, and it's probably the top pick at the moment. We got Close Brothers 2-year, 4.53%. HSBC has a 1-year fixed cash ISA with 4.5%. That requires an existing HSBC current account, so if you don't have one, you have to open it up. I think I can say that, Johnny, it's probably the best fixed 1-year cash ISA at the moment from a high street name. We also got Nationwide with a 1-year cash ISA at 4.35% flexible. Excellent choice, but not as good as HSBC.
No, but the high street are definitely catching up. Even NatWest have released some new ISAs that are available. 4.4%. That's not on the table. And look, HSBC's 4.5% is actually above the advertised UK average of, I think, 4.31%. Hate to keep plugging depositscout.com, but if you go on our savings rate tracker, you'll see that we're pulling data from the Bank of England now, and we can show you how these rates compare to the average advertised UK rate. And I think that's important context, Jan, for people that want to know exactly how good a rate is that they're looking at. And I think that tells you a lot about HSBC. That tells you a lot about Trading 212. They are pushing a little harder to get your deposit, and they're offering you something a little bit better than the average. Let's look at fixed rate savings accounts now, Jan, and it's just, again, the same old story. Super, super competitive.
Insanely
So
good.
the top picks, I know, it's crazy, isn't it? 6 months, Chetwood Bank are offering 4.25%. That's the top pick for a short commitment. Then we have a 1 year Kent Reliance, 1 year of 4.67%. There's £1,000 deposit minimum on that. 18 months now. Chetwood Bank, 4.7%. That is the highest rate across all terms that are available right now. It's paid at maturity. 3 years, Kent Reliance, 4.66%. And then 5 years, GB Bank are offering 4.7%.
Wow.
Which is the joint top rate. And it just so happens to be the joint rate with 18 months, Jan.
Absolutely
So
insane.
5 years and 18 months are even. I mean, the difference between 1 year and 5 year rates is ridiculous now. I mean, this signals, okay, that the market doesn't expect rates to rise much. This isn't financial advice, but that 18-month from Chetwood at 4.7% seems very compelling. A nice compromise, Jan, between easy and fixed are notice accounts, right?
So we got Stafford Building Society 180-day notice account with 4.26%. Oxbury Bank 90-day at 4.18%. Sorry for that. Oak North 95-day at 4.12%, and Oxbury Bank with a 35-day notice at 4.16%. Not bad, right? But compare them to the Easy Access accounts that are available right now, or compare them to the cash ISAs that are available right now, or compare them to the fixed accounts even. I don't really see the point for notice accounts anymore.
Difficult to justify, isn't it? Usually you'd say, these are useful if you need money, but you don't know exactly when you'll need it, like a savings, like a deposit on a house or something.
Yeah, but honestly, Johnny,
I think I know what you're going to say.
Just open up an easy access account, right? Easy access cash ISA, so depending on, I mean, you can just do that, right? Just open up an easy access account and take out the money whenever you need it. Tempo Home Saver, 4.75%. Wow, it's way better than whatever we have here. Super competitive. So just don't open up a notice account. Please do me that favor.
No, that's up to you. I mean, that's not financial advice.
No,
right, yeah?
Absolutely not. It's not financial advice. You make your own decisions, but yeah, I would recommend against that. Is it advice if I recommend something?
Well,
probably. We don't know.
I'm not. Yeah, I think we have to tread lightly. I think there is actually a fine line between like commentary and advice. Like, I think just giving your opinion is important, but also you can't be too directive about the way you say things.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you've learned about my opinion.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want with it.
We have our own opinion when it comes to regular savers. Some of these can be super compelling, but also you have to be a bit careful because some of the rates are quite misleading. Zopa's 7.1%. That is the highest headline rate on the market right now, but it only runs for 6 months. So the total interest you could roughly earn on that would be £36. £36.
Oh, God.
Okay, I think that's a great illustration of why the headline rate can mean nothing without context. Santander's Edge Saver is a big one, Jan, that comes up quite often. It looks like a regular saver though, but it's actually a maximum balance account. It has a £4,000 total cap. But it's not got a monthly deposit limit. But the actual best picks when it comes to the regular savers is First Direct 7%, which is fixed for 12 months. This is the cleanest full year top rate. You're guaranteed that interest rate for a whole year. Club Lloyd's has a 6.25% fixed regular saver. Again, this is probably the best overall package. Has the highest monthly cap at £400, allows withdrawals, get a lifestyle perk on top. The fee is waived if you pay £2,000 a month into it. And if you max out that £400 a month, the interest on that could be £162 annually.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. One other account, Monmouthshire Building Society at 6%. This is the best open to all option. It's fee-free. You don't need an existing account. I can pay up to £500 a month over 12 months. And if you max that out, you'll earn £195 in interest across the year on £6,000 total deposited.
Solid.
I think Lloyd's is the best all-round package, but Monmouthshire, if you don't want to open a new current account, is a great choice.
Yeah, and with all of these accounts, you'll find them on depositscout.com as usual. Definitely worth checking out. And next MPC meeting is June 18th, I believe. And we'll be covering what that means for rates and as soon as we know about the decision, we'll let you know. It's been a pleasure as always, and see you in the next episode.
Yeah, thank you everybody.